So we are talking about this vrascha, brascha, srija, mruja, yaja, raja, bhaja, chasham, shaha, jhali parasyante cha. What they saying again? All these verb roots and cha and sha. When these are at the end of a word or pada, and these are the first part of the sandhi, and it is followed by a jhal letter, then that previous letter, one of these, changes to sh. The example is given here. Dush plus twa. See, the sh is changing to sh.
Okay.
Because it is followed by ta. So it becomes drushtva. Okay?
Oh, this is really good. Okay, good. I'm very glad to understand that.
And this ta is also changing to ta because of stunashtuhu.
Wow.
So
Okay.
there are two changes happening here. The first sh is changing to sha by this vrascha, brascha, shacha, all that 8 to 36. It changes to sh. Then what happens? This twa is there. Twa is there, right? After this.
Right.
Then this sh plus ta, like it is there. Now ta changes to what? Ta. Ta changes to ta because of this sutra. Because of sutram 8441 stunashtuhu. This we have studied long before, right? 8441 stunashtuhu.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the sh and ta they are close together, then this ta changes to ta.
Okay.
That is just twa. So another example which is given here, another one, viraj plus sa. This viraj plus sa. Now viraj plus sa, if you look at here, the sutram, there is a raj here.
Right.
Raj. So that is coming here in the viraj. And it is followed by sa, which is a jhal letter.
Right.
Okay. Now, because it is jhal letter, this ja changes to sha because this rust 8 to 36. Ja changes to sha. And now there are other sutram, they come into picture here, right? Sha becomes a da because of this dhalam yashante 8 to 39. And then there is da changes to again da. So this we are not yet studied, but later. So
okay.
But here right now, ja changing to sha because of this 8 to 36.
Okay.
Similarly, we have like if you might be knowing this.
Satan.
Srushta.
Okay.
Srushta. How is this coming? How is the Srushta coming? Because there is a Sruja here. Sruja. So that is the verb root. Sruja is the verb root, and we have a ta after that. Ta is the suffix. It's a krut pratyaya. Suffix. Then this ja changes to sha because of this 8 to 36. So we have ja changing to sha. So we have shrush plus ta. Then this again the same thing as 8 to 41 stunashtuhu. So this shrush ta becomes ta changes to ta. So total we have srushta, srushti. You know that, right? Srushta, srushti. Srushti means creation.
Okay.
For example, if we have like this, then this becomes srushti. Which means creation. Okay.
So then, I don't recall how to get to the list of all the dhatus. I know you had a book that has all of the dhatus in there listed, but I couldn't recall it because when I looked it up on the dictionary, they have words, but they didn't have just the root words. And so I don't recall where you go to get all those root words.
Yeah, so let me share another, the one dictionary that I had shared with you. So, where's my cursor? Vyakaranam. Let's say let's see if this one has it. So I'm sharing my screen again. So let's say this is the dictionary of verb roots, Dhatu Kosha. So let's
that's on your grammar page?
Yes, yes. It is on my resources page.
Resources, okay.
So this one,
I knew there was a place to get them, but I couldn't feature it. I couldn't find it. Okay. Thank
you. This one most, it doesn't have all the verb roots, but most of them are there. For example, let's say srija. Suppose you go to sa, yara, lava, sha, sa. So, see, sa, see. Here, okay. Here, srija. There is one here.
Yeah.
You can use this or srija. Then there is srija here also. Srija. There are two verb roots with the same one. Okay.
Oh.
Which has similar meaning. So to create, to let loose, to let off, and this also same.
Okay.
To let off, but the forms are slightly different. Okay. But you can use, this is the srij there, which we saw in this one srij. Okay. In 8 to 36 there is srij.
Okay.
Similarly, you can find others, Raj, Raj.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look them all up.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I had another question. Well, this actually, I just went nuts when I saw this because I didn't understand this at all. And there were people on your show, and they said, "Wow, thanks so much. This was great." And I'm going, I don't understand this at all. And it's this piece. Do you remember that? You sent that?
Where is this? Sorry.
It was in one of the emails.
You show that again?
Yes.
So we are Sanskrit. Is it homework?
Yeah, it was an explanation of homework.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and my brain couldn't compute it at all. And then I have the same problem with, I look at some of the words and they're so long. But you know, English, everything is broken up into teeny, is, a, the, and in Sanskrit it's all, is, a, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at some of these words and I just get lost. I go, how am I ever going to know what this word says because it's so long? And that's a problem I'm trying to overcome. But when I looked at this, that's what my brain just said. I've been a little sick, and I took some antibiotics for a week or so, and I kind of lost contact with a lot of stuff. And when I came back and I got this, I just couldn't do it.
So let me try to find where is that.
Maybe I can find it. I have all the emails up here.
Sanskrit Sandhi classes, Sanskrit Sandhi class, Sandhi. Yeah, I think I got it. Check. Yeah, here I got it.
Okay. I mean, it's really nice because you follow down and you explain this is where you find this and this is how you find this, but then it has all like pronouns or, you know.
Yeah, so here what is the what is the question? So you are not understanding the meaning of this, of these words?
I want to know how to take the names of the Sandhis and know in my brain what they mean. So I just, some of them we don't have in the book, and so then I tried to take slides of some of them, and that didn't work really well. I guess I need to know. Let's take on the second group, and you go down 1, 2, 3, and there's a really long word, and I just don't know what to do with it.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, 8.3.15.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So I looked at that word, and I looked at myself, and I said, "Oh, come on, you must be able to figure that out." But I didn't.
Okay. So coming back to this one.
I can follow down, and I can see how nicely that you're changing everything, and then I kind of go.
So in the class,
what does the long word mean? What does
we'll see it. So we went through in the class. We went one by step by step. So let's take this one.
Okay.
So let's take this example. Or let's say which example you want to take. Let's take this one.
And also, I was trying to find out how you found the slides for this class, because when I pushed slides, I only got for L1, and I didn't get for here. So I was curious how to get to the slides.
For these slides? Yeah.
Yeah.
These slides should be here, right? Classes, student area. So this class, this Sanskrit Sandhi course slides, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. This one on the top.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. I'll try that again. I did push that and I didn't get too far, but it was probably my phone. We have a lot of interference, so I'll try that again. I'll go someplace else and try that. Okay. Thank you.
So now, if you take the example, let's start to follow this.
Okay.
So if you take this example, say, so we took the example here, Muni, we take any example, let's say. I'll write it here. Okay. Muni.
Okay.
Munis. Now first you have to know how this Munis came, right? So how did this Munis, what is the meaning of Munis? How is this Munis is formed? Now you might be knowing what is Muni, right? What is Muni?
Like a sage?
Yeah, sage. Now Muni is the noun root, right? It's the noun root, like Rama, it's Muni. This is the Pratipadikam or the noun root. To this we add a sup pratyaya, sup affix. So if you go to this let's say if you go to this grammar page, so there is this, let's say, Hari.
Okay.
Hari, and this is the Hari. No, this is the table, vibhakti table of declension table of Hari, right? This one.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do we get this? How do we get this, each of these forms here? So we take this noun root, which is Hari, and add one of the 21 affixes, one of the 21 suffixes to arrive at this form. For example, to derive this first prathama vibhakti, first declension, singular, ekavachana, this form, we add something called sa here. Okay.
Okay.
So this will go through multiple steps, okay, many steps, or one step or multiple steps as per the sutras, as per those formulas, and then finally it comes to this Harihi.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find the S on so many of those.
Right, right.
Okay, because you would say, "Oh, look at this," and it's the S, and I'm looking at them, and I go through my book, and I go, I don't find an S anywhere. Okay,
right.
sorry.
Right. So we always start with the noun root, whatever noun root is. In this case, it is Hari, and to this we add one of the. There are 21 forms, right? Each of this vibhakti table has 21 forms.
Yes.
And for the first declension, singular, there is one suffix we need to add. For this dual number, dvivachanam, we need to add another different one, which is called au. And this third one, plural, we have to add something different. Okay?
Yes.
Just. And this one, dvitiya, second declension, we have to add something different. Okay? Like something different. So there are 21 suffixes are there, different suffixes. But right now we are studying the example of this only, the first declension and singular form. Only we are looking at that example. So in this case, what happens? Hari plus sa. Okay. So this becomes Haris. Okay, Haris. Now what happens? Now you take this, come to this one. Okay.
Okay.
Now if you look at this, Hari plus sa becomes Haris. And now you take this long one. Yeah, this is what you are confused, right? What is this long one?
I have trouble with the pronunciation and then trying to figure out what the actual sutra is saying.
Yeah. So this has actually 2 words in it. So first word is, so if I pronounce it, the whole thing here, sutram, Kharavasanayor visarjaniyah. Kharavasan.
Karasan yo your saya tutaya.
So I'll write it here. Karavasana yor.
Just a minute.
Karavasana yor visarjaniyah.
For some reason I went off of your thing. I don't know what to do. Everything has disappeared, but I'll get back as soon as I can figure it out. got me joining again. I hope I don't have you twice, but we'll see. Jeez, come on.
You can't see my screen?
No, I can't see anything. I'm gonna go out and I'll come back on because
Okay.
this whole thing just stopped. Okay. Oh, there you are. Okay, great. Okay, I see you now.
So this one you can pronounce it like this: Karavasana yor visarjaniyaha.
Okay.
So together it is written like this: Karavasana yor visarjaniyaha. Now if you split it, it becomes Karavasana yoho visarjaniyaha.
Okay.
Okay. Now, one sec. So what this first thing means here, Karavasana yoho visarjaniya. Visarjaniya means visarga.
Okay.
So second part is clear. Visarjaniya means visarga. Then Karavasana yoho means what? Kar and avasana yoho. So this also has two parts in it. One is kar, avasana yoho. Okay. So this word has two parts in it. Kar, avasana yoho. It is a compound word. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So what this means is Khar avasanayoho visarjaniyaha. So visarjana means visarga. So it is this sutra is saying in some condition this visarga will be substituted for ra. For ra. So in place of ra, visarga will be substituted. When? When is the question? When it will be substituted? When this visarga will be substituted for this ra, that is what this sutra is saying. So this sutra is saying visarga will be substituted for ra when ra, this ra is followed by a khar letter.
Oh.
The ra is followed by a khar letter. What is khar letter?
That's a good question. It would be the second class, any of the second class letters. Ka, ra, cha, ta, and ya.
No. Go till the end. So what else? What else is there in the kar?
Ka, pa, cha, ta, ya. And then keep going to the first class too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cha, ta, ta, and then ka, pa. And then do you want to do the sibilants too?
Yes.
Sha, sa, sa, and ha.
Yeah. Sha, sha, sa.
Yeah. And
Sha, sha, sa.
No ha.
Yeah. So khar has
and
this.
L and la too.
No. There is no ha. There is no ha in this khar.
No, I missed. Oh.
Right. So you look at this sutram. If you look at the sutra, so khar is only till here, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Khar, there is no ha. There is no ha.
Okay.
Khar is only till here. So what does this khar contain? This khar contains the first. If you look at the chart of the consonants, this consonants, so it contains the first two columns.
Okay.
And it contains this these three sibilants?
Oh, because when they're saying ka, they mean ka and ka.
No. They are two are different here. If you look at here, again, there is ka also, there is ka also.
Okay.
Both are there. There is ka, there is ka. Only the order
both in that sutra? Are they both named in the sutra, or is just ka named in it?
No. See, the sutra is like sutra has a pratyahara, right? Sutra has a pratyahara. This khar is the pratyahara, means starting from kha until ra.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
sorry. Yeah, now I understand.
So in this pratyahara, or this string of letters, both this ka is also there, kha is also there, and this pa is also there, fa is also there, right? Pa is also there, pha is also there. And then what else? This cha is also there, cha is also there. Then ta is there, tha is there. Then ta is there, tha is there, right?
Right.
Yeah. So and then these sibilants, sha, sha, sa. So that means this khar pratyahara has these first two, the consonants in the first two columns, and these three sibilants.
Can we see the sutra again, please?
Sutra is fine. Sutra, we'll see. Here is sutra. This one.
Okay, so kari. Okay, so now I see that. So how do you know that the sibilants are in there? You just know that if kari is there, then the sibilants are always included.
Yes, khar.
Okay.
This sutra says khar, the whole thing, the entire string, whatever is starting from kha and until ra.
Okay.
All the consonants in between that kha and ra.
Okay.
Okay. So khar. So this sutra is saying visarga will come in the place of ra. Okay. When ra is followed by, ra should be the first letter, and it should be followed by one of the khar letters, one of the khar. Okay. So
that's what I wanted to learn, how to read the sutras so that I would understand, because they seem a little complicated to me, but that's just because I don't know them. Okay, so you start with the first letters, and is that always going to be the replacing part?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first letter, first R, this is talking about only of first R, ra, not R, ra.
Right.
First letter should be R, and if it is followed by any one of the letters which is in that khar pratyahara. So it could be anything, right? It could be ka, kha, or ka, kha, cha, cha.
Okay.
Not ja. Ta, tha, ta, tha, pa, pha, sha, sha, sa. Any of these. Okay?
Okay. So the second sound, pari, does that mean that it's the preceding word?
Which one? Pare? This one?
Yes. Does that mean preceding?
No. That means pare means following.
Oh, following.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is following, and then avasane.
Avasane cha. So avasane, this is the second condition. So
okay.
The first condition is that ra, after ra, ra is followed by one of these khar letter.
Okay.
Or after ra there is nothing. There is nothing.
Oh.
Avasana means nothing. Avasana means end. That is the end. Ra is the end.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so ra is the end. So there are two conditions here. Right? Two alternate conditions. One condition is ra is at the end of a letter, end of a word, and it is followed by one of the khar letters. That is the first condition. Or ra is at the end of a word and it is not followed by anything. That is the actually end of a sentence.
Okay.
Or end of the word, which is not close to the second word, following letter.
Yeah, okay, I got that. More than 2 meters, yeah.
So in either of these cases, in either case, what happens? The ra part, the first letter ra will be replaced by visarga.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's all that means? A whole long word?
Yeah. So we'll see how it happens. Example here. We started with Haris. Hari was the Pratipadikam. Then we added Sa to start the derivation of Prathama Ekavachanam. First declension and Ekavachanam, singular. To start the derivation, how do we start? We take the Pratipadikam or the noun root and add Sa to it. So this becomes Haris, right? This becomes Haris. Now what happens? Which sutra will be applied here? We will not be applying this sutram. Before 8315, this sutra will be applied, 8 to 66. Okay?
Okay, so that's where the S changes to R.
Correct. This is where S changes to R. S changes to R. Yeah. So because now this you have understood, right? This I think you understood this sutram.
Yes.
Okay. So what it says, if the end of a word is sa, then it changes to ra. So this is what this sutra says. Okay. So this changes to Haris. Haris becomes Harir.
So there's 2 R's. Okay.
No, there is no 2 R. There is only 1 R.
Oh.
Where is 2 R?
Har and Ra.
No, this is the noun root. That is not the part of this Ra. So let's start this Muni. Muni.
Okay.
Muni plus Sa. This becomes Munis. And Sa at the end of the word changes to Ra. Munir.
Okay, so then because it's at the end, the next sutra will say that gets replaced and becomes whatever.
Yeah, Visarga.
Visarga.
So this is the 8 to 66. This Munir is 8 to 66. Now we apply this, the next one, which is this 8315. This because this is the end of a sentence, nothing is following after that. So this will change to Visarga.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So this is one condition when it is at the end. Ra is at the end of a sentence. Okay. But what if what is the other condition? Other alternate
If
condition.
There was a kar following it.
Kar following it.
Kar.
So munis becomes munir. Munir because of this 8 to 66. So this has come to this munir. Now if after this some kar follows, what is the kar? For example, this is the example given here. Karoti. Okay. So ka is a kar letter, right?
Right.
So this ra changes to visarga. Munihi karoti.
Wow.
If this is not a kar letter, if this is not a kar, if it is something like suppose different, gachati.
Okay.
So this ga is not a kar. Okay. So then this sutra will not apply. This sutra will apply only if the following letter is kar. Kar means harsh consonants.
It wouldn't apply because the R is at the end of the first word?
No. It won't apply because the following letter is not kar. Following letter is ga. Following letter is ga.
Okay.
So suppose instead of munir, then we have instead of karoti, if you have gachati. Then ra is still there. Ra is at the end of the word, but what is following it? Ga is following. Right? This ga is following. Ga is not a kar letter.
No, soft.
Yeah, soft letter, soft consonant. It is not a hard consonant. Because it is a soft consonant, this sutra cannot be applied here.
Oh.
So this ra will not change to visarga.
So both of those conditions have to apply at the same time.
Which both?
That it has the kar letter and it's at the end of the sentence, because the ga is kind of separated. I don't think you say munir gachati. Don't you say munir gachati? So there's a pause there?
No, there is no pause.
There is no pause. It is just one word. Okay.
Yeah.
Munir gachati. Okay.
Yes,
got it.
munir gachati, yeah.
Okay, good.
So,
thank you.
Yeah, two conditions. One is either it should be end of a sentence and nothing should follow, or a harsh consonant should follow. Like ka, pa, kha. One of them should follow. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
That's all.
Thank you.
Any other question for today or no?
No, I'm just going to keep working on it.
Yeah.
So,
but just keep in mind that this sutra says, Kharavasana Yosajina says, after the ra, either it should be at the end. If it is at the end of a sentence, nothing follows, then no problem. Always the visarga will be replacing ra. So munihi, for example, even ramaha. So all this is fine. But what is the second condition? Khar letter, one of the khar letters should follow. Right? That is another condition. So we looked at Munir plus Karoti. So this Karoti is there. Right? Munir plus Karoti. In that case, in this case, the Refa changes to Visarga. So this we saw. But let's take the Kar letter could be anything, right? For example, Munir Chalati. What is this?
Cha?
Yeah, Cha.
It's a harder letter.
Yeah, it is a hard letter. So will this sutra apply? Will this apply or not?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. So what happens if you apply that sutra?
Muni yachati or chatati.
Chalati. So Muni Chalati. So here the Visarga comes.
Muni chalati.
So in place of Ra, Visarga comes. But this is not the final form. In this case, this is the final form. If it is followed by Ka, which is also a hard consonant, so this is the final form. But in this case, it is followed by Cha. Okay. This is also a hard consonant. However, this is not the final form because after this sutra, there are other sutras which will come into effect because there is a Cha here. Okay.
Yeah.
So that we'll see later. Actually, we have seen it. We will see later. Okay, we'll see that later. But for now, you keep in mind that this sutra says that if the following letter is a khar letter, hard or harsh or hard consonant, then the refa, the ra changes to visarga. That is true. That is true. But does it stop there? Does it stop? It depends. It depends. It depends what follows. Even if it is a hard consonant, it depends whether it stops there, because the following sutras after this 8359 might again alter this, might change this form.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But now, for in this case, Munihi Karoti, because this is a ka following it, this is the final form. But if it is a ka following it, or pa following it, pa following it, these are the final forms. For example, if you take paranaha, not parana, paranam. So what are like khagaha, patati.
Yeah.
Khaga patati. Here also, actually, what is there here? First khagas. It start as khagas, right? Khagas patati. Then sa changes to ra because of 8 to 66. Right?
Right.
Khagar patati. Now you apply 8315. It becomes khagah patati. Okay.
Okay.
Now, is there we'll have to continue the study of the sutras after 8315. Is there any other sutra which could affect this? That we have to study. Okay? But that we already know. We means I know, and because I have seen the other following sutras also, I know that in this case, after this ra, after applying 8315, if it is followed by ka or kha or pa or pha, then other following sutras will not going to affect this. This is the final form.
Oh.
Okay. But if it is, for example, as we saw, if it is the the following letter is cha, other than ka, kha, pa, pha, any other letter, cha, cha, or ta, any other hard consonant like ta, tha, or what are the other sibilants, sha, sha, sa, then the following sutras might affect this. Okay?
Wow.
They might change this visarga to something different. So
we haven't studied that one yet, right?
Not yet. We'll study that later.
Okay. Wow.
So this is what that the other following sutras are already here, which we'll study later. See, these sutras are following sutra, right? After 8315, these are the numbers. So these will follow that. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Namaskaraha.